All right, Jameson, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Cool. So, as you said, my name is Jamison Hibbard. Lived in Washington my whole life. Grew up in the southern Vancouver area. Moved up to Bellingham when I went to come up here to Western. My whole life, I've wanted to do something where I can improve the lives of other people. I didn't really know what that was when I was coming into college. Freshman year, everyone's trying to figure out what they're going to do, what they want to do. So I took classes, was looking at business for a while. Didn't really feel motivated towards it until I took anatomy and physiology just as a fly because I thought it was interesting, and I just fell in love with the subject. From that moment on, I've been focused on learning as much as I can about the human body, anatomy, physiology, psychology, really trying to understand the drivers and motivations about people, and trying to devote my life to making the world around me a better place.
Very nice. So, what motivates you each day?
What motivates me each day? Well, I've always found that motivation as a driving factor isn't very strong. I prefer to think of myself as self-determined each day. Because motivation can be fleeting. You feel motivated some days towards some things, other days you wake up, you don't feel motivated. But with self-determination, you get up, you do it anyways because you know that every step you take each day is pushing you towards where you want to be. So what motivates me each day is my self-determination to become the person that I want to be and change the world around me to fit the image that I see.
Great. So, how do you define success?
So success could be defined in a few ways by different people. You could say that being successful in something is achieving a goal that you set out for yourself. I think of success for myself as fulfilling multiple goals in all the facets of my life. That means to me finding my competency in my career, doing well in school, learning as much as possible, feeling that I have some sort of mastery of what I do. I also need to feel related to those around me. It's why I love the environment that I'm in, because the people who I surround myself by have similar drives to create the world that they want to see around them. Really being a successful person is building those interpersonal relationships, being happy with who you are, understanding what you want, where you want to be, and how you can do it.
Very nice. So, there are many health-related careers. Why do you want to become a PT?
I want to become a PT because when I was 8 years old, I was a PT assistant. So let me elaborate on that a little bit. When I was about 8 years old, timeline is a little fuzzy because I was so young, maybe 7, maybe 8, but my dad was in a pretty bad motorcycle accident. A boat pulled out on him, and his motorcycle came and hit the backside of the boat with the propeller crashing into his leg. Straight to the hospital. He doesn't really remember much, but when they had him on the operating table, his girlfriend asked him to wiggle his toe. As the doctors were saying they're going to take the foot, she was saying, no, he can wiggle his toe, And sure enough, he was able to wiggle the toe. So the doctors decided, we can save this leg. After surgeries, tons of time in the hospital, they ended up bringing a lot of skin. They did a skin graft from his butt to his leg. They looked like plastic. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was just a fake plastic leg, but he ended up going to PT for years and years, and I always went to his appointments with him. It looked like it could be a rough road. He was told he needs to be prepared to never walk normally again, maybe not play the sports that he used to play. He was a very active person, but going along with him to PT all those years, I really saw firsthand how effective it can be, because when I was 14, he was coaching my baseball team, he was teaching me how to snowboard, and he was playing softball, all, again, thanks to the physical therapy process.
Very good. In your opinion, describe the qualities of a great physical therapist.
So there are certain qualities that make a physical therapist great. They need to have that knowledge base of the human body and the healing process, but not just the physical knowledge. They need to know how to work with people, how to influence someone's motivations, how to really structure a program so that it gives the patient the highest chance of success. Physical therapy is hard for both the patient and the practitioner, so really that physical therapist needs to have a lot of determination. They need to be careless. They have to care about what they're doing. They need to have a drive to help people recover from their injuries and help people achieve the most in their athletic careers. Really, being a great therapist is being a holistic healer. It's not, as simple as this person has an injury, diagnose it, tell them what to do, send them out. You need to be in every step of that healing process with that person, side by side, helping them get through it.
Fantastic. What did you learn from your PT shadowing experience?
I really learned a lot just from being in that physical therapy environment of what it takes to really give yourself to the practice of physical therapy. There's nothing quite like it in the healing process. In my shadowing experience, I saw firsthand how slow you really got to go with those new clients. You got to work them up from the baseline. You got to provide them constant reinforcement, really working one-on-one with people. I also learned that there's a good amount of bureaucracy involved in the physical therapist project. You got to do insurance coding and billing, all that stuff, which something I didn't really know that much about before my shadowing experience.
Great. What strengths do you have that will enable you to become a successful physical therapist?
So through my work history, I've gotten a lot of practice working one-on-one with people as a injury rehab assistant in an athletic trainer's clinic, and as a personal trainer, I've worked one-on-one with a really diverse group of clients, with some with more medical concerns such as hypothyroidism, diabetes, musculoskeletal imbalances, acute injuries, stuff like that. I've really gotten a lot of practice working with a wide, diverse group of people. I'm very thankful that through the jobs I've held and the people I've worked with, that I have the experience of knowing how to respond to someone when they're very open with you. Because that's something that's unique about being this close to someone throughout the healing process is if they're coming in and they have a problem, they're going to talk to you about it. They're very open with trainers and therapists. And you got to be careful what you say in that environment that you don't trigger them or make any problem they're going through any worse. Provide empathy and support. Let people know that you're there for them and that, you're building a team together to really go through the process of healing.
Fantastic. What do you think your greatest weakness will be in this graduate program?
A weakness that I definitely can have, and it's something that I could struggle. I've struggled with a lot in my life. Is if I don't feel that I'm in a structured environment, I have trouble understanding what it is I'm supposed to do. So if I'm just dropped onto a job and they say, here's the basic outline of your job, go do something. If I don't feel that I know what I need to do, I'm going to ask questions. What do you want me to do? I can feel uncomfortable if I don't have structure in my life, and it can be something that can prevent me from getting started as quickly as I want to.
Good. What courses have prepared you to become a good PT?
So, as a major in kinesiology at Western, I've really taken a lot of wonderful classes that have taught me so much stuff that I think qualifies me to be a good PT. Starting with the an anatomical knowledge that I've been given through anatomy and physiology, through functional anatomy, motor control and learning, human growth and motor development. These are a lot of classes that really dive into the structures behind our body. The human body is the most interesting machine ever created. If you think about it almost with the mind of an engineer, it's incredible what the body can do and how the body adapts. Not only those physical knowledges that I've learned, I also taken extensive classes in abnormal psychology, sports psychology, exercise psychology, and behavioral psychology. Understanding the drivers of people's motivations, how to get people to adhere to rehabilitation programs, are some skills that I think will serve me very well in my future as a physical therapist.
Great. So if you don't get into a PT program, what are your plans?
If I am unfortunately not accepted into a PT program, my ultimate goal remains the same. I will still intend to go on to physical therapy school. Just going to have to wait another year before I can reapply and talk to you again. For that year off, I'm not going to sit around. I'm going to try to learn as much as possible. I'm going to get in even more diverse physical therapy environments. Maybe try to get into pediatrics, orthopedics, working with different groups of people and learning as much as I can about the physical therapy profession.
Fantastic. Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you. Have a good one. Close it.
Close it.